Earlier this year, Season 2 of Windbreaker aired, and there was a controversial character that completely split the fanbase, in terms of anime fans outside Japan. That character was Tsubaki. That's a guy who dresses up like a girl and seems to be attracted to guys. You might think, oh, that is why his character was controversial. I think it goes beyond just that though. There have been plenty of gay and cross-dressing characters in other anime series, but nobody really cared that much. These characters were side characters, and it's like, oh, they're gay, so what? What made this season controversial, and this character controversial, is that the writer went beyond just having a cross-dressing character. This writer gave Tsubaki their own arc and backstory. Now this season is completely focused on Tsubaki, and you can't just ignore him. This series was giving a message that you should accept people for who they are, and even help them embrace their true self. There was a whole backstory episode about Tsubaki's strong desire to be girly, and there was this old couple that helped embrace that part of himself. The main character of the series even told Tsubaki he accepts him for who he is. Tsubaki even has an emotional conversation with the person that he's fighting against in the season about his struggles in life. So at this point, the fan base was obviously split on this issue. It's completely subjective at this point. Either you're fine with the sort of thing and see it as a great moment of a person finding acceptance from other people, or you're against this thing and see it as propaganda. There were plenty of people against this sort of thing, and they voiced their concerns, calling it woke content and propaganda. You might think, oh, isn't that much of a backlash? The posts in my anime list forums seemed mostly positive. But that's because the moderators obviously deleted any posts they saw as too negative. They even made it clear multiple times. They said this thread was cleaned up, and to keep the post clean. Basically, don't make any mean comments or negative comments about this specific topic. It's not allowed. Keep your negative opinion to yourself, or you will get in trouble. People obviously don't want to get in trouble, so there are hardly any mean comments. The same thing probably applied to other anime forums as well. So you pretty much can't say anything that will be seen as toxic about this character. When was the last time you seen a restriction like this placed on a character? What I find fascinating about this whole thing overall is just how Japan views this issue, which is they don't see it as controversial or problematic. Do you really think a writer would risk making his fanbase upset and ruin a series just to send a great social message? Of course not. It's all about the sales and money. They had to know their fanbase in Japan wouldn't really care. Even though Japan is more conservative overall than America, they don't really care about the culture wars. For them, they just see it as a guy finding acceptance and finding happiness. Japan is definitely not a country I would accuse of being woke. They aren't even close to making gay marriage legal. If they're going woke, we would know. After all, social media makes it obvious when a country is going woke. You would see news stories and complaints. So is having this sort of storyline bad for a series? Well, for a popular American TV series, there could be backlash, and it could ruin success overall. But for a Japanese series, people in Japan made obvious they don't care about the culture wars, and there will be no major backlash for having this sort of message. Is it an effective way of making a good storyline though? Well, unfortunately, it's going to be completely subjective based on your political views. You can make the greatest and the most emotional storyline ever, but if that topic is about that sort of thing, many people will still call it horrible because it goes against their values and what they believe in. This controversy was very interesting though. I've never seen characters split a fanbase like this.